We are continuing to track winter weather across Metro Atlanta, and we want to get you over to our meteorologist, Melissa Nord, who has been keeping an eye on things for us. So, Melissa, would you kind of say that we've kind of got past part one and we're
Yes.
waiting for the next things
Absolutely.
to come?
Jennifer, I would absolutely say that. There are so many beautiful pictures today, but what will transpire in the next 6 hours or so could be a not so pretty picture outside. And I'll tell you why is because freezing rain will become a much bigger threat. So first, I want to start off with some pretty pictures, and then we'll dive into why we're going to see such a freezing rain threat this evening. This photo, really beautiful from up in the North Georgia mountains, Hiawassee. Lauren sent in this photo, said about 2 inches of snow fell on the ground, and he has been enjoying that beautiful winter wonderland. Also, I want to show you another mountain. This is Kennesaw Mountain up in Cobb County. This is Highway 41. You go to the top of the hill near downtown Kennesaw, and this is that steep hill right before Chastain Road and McCollum Parkway by the airport there. What you can see, though, you see Kennesaw Mountain in the background. This is sleet. This is like a slushy, sleety mixture there. So there is a lot of sleet that's fallen this morning, but what will fall from the sky later today is a lot more of this, and that is freezing rain. There's a beautiful bird here. Landon sent in this photo from Lawrenceville, but out in Gwinnett County, we're starting to see ice accreting or accumulating on the tree branches, and it's that freezing rain threat that's going to increase this evening. The National Weather Service just did a balloon release a couple of hours ago. They've just started getting that information, and the meteorologist in charge, Keith Stellman, had just given us a message saying they released the balloon. They definitely see the freezing rain threat increasing this evening, and here is why. It has to do with the temperatures of the atmosphere. If you think of the atmosphere like a hamburger, I explain this to kindergartners all the time. The top bun is where the jet planes fly, or in this case, we're going to talk about where the clouds are, where the snowflakes start, and the bottom bun is where we are on the ground. There's a lot in between, and those layers of the atmosphere look different every day. All the different toppings, the lettuce, the tomato, the cheese, all of that. Well, when we have all snow, it's all cold during all those layers. But when we start to see sleet and freezing rain, that wintry mix, we have some warm air sneaking into those layers. So in the case of freezing rain, the snowflakes melt. They melt into raindrops, and then they hit cold temperatures of the ground. They don't have time to refreeze into balls of ice, but rather they're supercooled or below freezing water that freezes on contact. So freezing rain, especially on bridges and overpasses tonight and the back roads, can make driving really, really difficult and treacherous. So I know you've been seeing a lot of our driving shots showing you the roads are not that bad right now. They are going to get much worse, especially if the freezing rain amounts increase. And in addition to roads becoming worse this evening, if we see these freezing rain routes going up, that means it's going to weigh down the tree limbs, the tree branches, the power lines as well, and that will increase the threat of some power outages, especially northeast of Atlanta. That's where we'll be targeting for more freezing rain this evening. Live radar right now, Atlanta's currently 33, so we're above freezing, but we'll zoom in. You can see it's light rain falling rather than that sleet pellet action that we had earlier, but everything's been building back in. You can see here a little bit more in the way of sleet mixing with snow up in far north Georgia, but it's this wintry mix that for a lot of us is going to transition just into freezing rain later this evening, and that will cause a mess on the trees, the power lines. And Jennifer, that's what we don't want to see. Unfortunately, all of the data coming in is showing us freezing rain will be the predominant type of weather you see out there for a lot of the metro area northeast of the city as we head through the evening hours.